In the grand library of Biofexry Castle, bathed in the soft glow of ambient light, a diverse assembly of settlers gathered. Aaron Sawyer, Trayana, Dylan E.T., and Towson Bylecroft surrounded a large table adorned with maps, blueprints, and linguistic scrolls. The air crackled with urgency as they prepared to fortify Biofexry Castle against an impending raid by a mob of raiders. Trayana, the Saber Master, took charge, drawing inspiration from Sun Tzu's Art of War.
Positioning and deception are our keys,
She declared.
Let's strategically place defenders, leveraging the terrain.
Trayana added wisdom.
Know ourselves. Dillon, the 3DGR is our strength. How can we shape the battlefield?
Dylan, the architect of Amos, envisioned possibilities.
GR can be molded for both defense and offense. Elevated platforms, barriers, and symbolic structures infused with divine principles can disrupt the raiders.
Aaron Sawyer, the strategic maestro, introduced the concept of deception.
Our synchronic swords craft a deceptive language, weaving structures that bewilder the raiders.
As plans unfolded, Dylan E.T. unsheathed tempo and rhythm, his synchronic swords. Their rhythmic dance formed a linguistic tapestry, guiding the evolving 3DGR landscape. Towson, inspired, suggested integrating the theory of forms.
Let archetypal structures project invincibility on our outer wall and sow confusion within. May the 3DGR embody both physical and spiritual defense.
Trayana approved.
Forms add mystique, aligning with divine principles. Raiders will hesitate before the illusions as Hill's language will guide us, turning the battlefield into a linguistic tapestry.
The settlers executed their plan. Complex graphene 3DGR structures were designed and developing, barriers, platforms, and archetypal structures. Synchronic swords danced, guiding defenders in a linguistic tapestry. With Biofexry Castle evolved and empowered, Dylan approached the quartet praising,
What you displayed transcended combat. It was a manifestation of Amos' principles. The synchronic swords dance resonates through Biofexry, a revelation of unity, creativity, and transformative power.
In the vibrant courtyard of Biofexry Castle, the rhythmic clash of synchronic swords echoed through the air, a harmonious dance that celebrated the interconnected creativity fostered by Amos. Trayana, Towson, and Aaron, guided by the principles of wisdom, love, and strategic excellence, showcased the transformative power of the synchronic swords in their intricate maneuvers. The settlers, engaged in dialogue, exploring the synergies between swordplay and other aspects of the Amos. The courtyard became a living canvas, where the dance of blades tells a tale of harmony, wisdom, compassion, righteousness, and strategic excellence, a testament to the interconnected creativity fostered within the expansive landscape of Veridigus. Lucy Stearns stood at the entrance of the hidden chamber, her eyes fixed on the ancient text laid out on a pedestal before her. Jasper, Hallam Seathan, and Neville Fallow gathered around, their expressions a mix of anticipation and determination.
Welcome, my fellow seekers of knowledge. The artifact before us holds the key to a power unparalleled within the Amos. The process for growing artificial citizens is a gift and a responsibility, and today, we decide its fate.
You mean its liberation. This knowledge shouldn't be confined to the vision of Dylan E.T. alone. We've seen the potential, the untapped power.
Imagine the kind of chaos we can stir up with this information. A world molded by our intention.
We sure this is the right path? We've been guided by the principles of Amos. Turning against Dylan and the university feels like betraying those very principles.
Neville, my dear, wisdom sometimes demands a divergence from the established path. Our pursuit is not one of chaos but of understanding. Dylan may have a vision, but so do we. The Amos is not his sole dominion, it belongs to all who seek enlightenment.
Enlightenment or not, the power this artifact grants is undeniable. Imagine the control, the influence we could wield.
And the freedom from the constraints of Dylan's orchestrated harmony. We'll dance to our own tunes.
But how do we justify this to the settlers? To those who believe in the principles we once upheld?
Our pursuit is for the greater good, Neville. We guard this knowledge from those who would use it blindly. Dylan's intent to share it may lead to unintended consequences. We're protectors, not raiders.
Protector or rebel, it's a matter of perspective. Let's not get lost in semantics. We take this knowledge, and we decide its fate for the greater good as we see it.
And maybe a bit of mischief on the side.
The path we tread is uncertain, but in our hands, the process artifact finds guardianship. We stand at the crossroads of destiny, my companions. Let us move forward, united in purpose.
The time for deliberation is over. We've made our choice. Liberation, not confinement.
It's time to embrace a new order. One not dictated by Dylan's singular vision.
But what about the principles we swore to uphold? Amos isn't just a philosophy, it's a commitment.
Neville, we remain true to the essence of Amos. Our commitment is to the greater good, and sometimes that requires challenging the status quo.
The settlers deserve to know the truth, to have the power to shape their own destiny.
Let's not forget the element of surprise. Dylan won't see this coming.
If we do this, we must be prepared for the consequences. Dylan won't take this lightly.
We tread carefully, mindful of the responsibility we bear. Our purpose is enlightenment, not chaos.
The group prepared to confront Dylan et and unveil their intentions to the settlers. The process artifact now stood divided, each rebel holding their own vision for the Amos. Meanwhile, in the heart of Beredigus, Dylan et sensed a disturbance. A feeling that the harmony of the plan was about to face an unforeseen challenge. The confrontation between the rebels and the architect of the Amos loomed on the horizon, promising a clash of ideals soon to echo through the corridors of Biofexry Castle. The moon cast an ethereal glow over the towering spires of Biofexry Castle as the rebels prepared their escape.
Lucy, you tread on dangerous ground. The process artifact holds powers beyond your understanding. I implore you to reconsider.
Gripping her synchronic swords, her eyes defiant,
Dylan, your vision constrains the potential within us. We seek to liberate knowledge, to allow settlers to explore the depths of their creativity. The process artifact is the key.
Summoning and anchoring 3DGR, a radiant glow enveloping him.
Lucy, the harmony we've achieved is delicate. Your actions jeopardize the stability of Biofexry, yet this disruption is welcome.
Stepping forward, the hilts of her synchronic swords humming with energy.
Stability at the cost of freedom is not true harmony. We'll forge a new path, guided by the untamed potential of the process artifact.
The clash was imminent. Biofexry Castle, once a symbol of unity, now stood witness to the ideological battle between the guardians of tradition and the liberators of knowledge.
Lucy, our path ensures stability and coherence. The synchronic swords, tempo, and rhythm dance in harmony with the anchoring 3DGR. Each swing a manifestation of divine principles.
Stability should not come at the cost of autonomy. Jasper, Neville, Halim, and I believe in empowering individuals with the process artifact. We aim to break free from the constraints of your orchestrated harmony.
Dylan E.T., his eyes gleaming with determination.
Lucy, the process artifact is a sacred knowledge. It requires guidance and understanding. You risk unleashing forces that could disrupt the delicate balance we've achieved.
Jasper, from the shadows.
Balance or stagnation, Dylan. We are not evil, we are liberators. The rebels, guided by the ideals of freedom and exploration, have taken the artifact to unlock the untapped potential within each settler.
Jasper, Neville Fallow, and Hallam Sethan emerged from the shadows, each holding a fragment of the process artifact, a symbolic defiance against Dylan's vision.
The knowledge within this artifact is not to be hoarded. It's a tool for individual growth and collective progress.
His vision stifles creativity. We seek a world where settlers can shape the destiny. The dance of the synchronic swords should not be confined to a predetermined choreography.
The tension escalated as Lucy Stearns drew her synchronic swords, the encoded hilts pulsating with a rebellious energy.
Dylan, it's time for a new era. The settlers deserve the chance to shape their own destiny.
As Lucy spoke, Jasper, Neville Fallow, and Hallam Sethan left her side, each carrying a fragment of the process artifact. The clash was imminent. Biofexry Castle, once a symbol of unity, now stood witness to the ideological battle between the guardians of tradition and the liberators of knowledge.
Lucy, you tread on dangerous ground. The process artifact holds powers beyond its purpose. I implore you to reconsider.
As Lucy and Dylan locked eyes, the air crackled with anticipation. The rebel faction made their move, attempting to escape Biofexry Castle and influence the Raider faction beyond its walls. Summoning the synchronic swords tempo and rhythm with a swift motion.
If you choose this path, Lucy, know that the repercussions are beyond your control. The dance of the synchronic swords may embody harmony, yet your rebellion disrupts my plan.
In the moonlit courtyard of Biofexry Castle, the clash between Dylan E.T., the maestro of tempo and rhythm, and Lucy Stearns, the master of linguistic semiotics, unfolded like a dance. The battlefield resonated with the vibrant clash of their dual-wielded swords. As the battle ensued, trails of 3DGR followed every move, leaving a unique mark on the courtyard. Each strike carried linguistic significance, as the encoded hilts responded to the strategic expressions of the combatants. As the rebel faction emerged from the labyrinthian 3DGR gate of semantic structures into the lush rainforest of MT. Viridian, the atmosphere changed from the geometric precision of the 3DGR to the untamed beauty of nature. The vibrant foliage, the soothing sounds of flowing water, and the harmonious symphony of wildlife created a stark contrast to the controlled environment they left behind. The rebels, surrounded by the enchanting beauty of the rainforest of MT. Viridian, stood at the threshold of a profound revelation.
These fragments hold the key to the 3DGR's true purpose, a purpose beyond our understanding.
Lucy declared, her eyes gleaming with a mix of curiosity and determination. Hallam Sethan, intrigued by the complexities woven into the artifacts, leaned against a tree, absorbing the energy of the rainforest.
The standard form factor, the machine unit, the growth, communication, and organization. It's all woven into a complex artifact.
The rainforest became a sanctuary for the rebels, a place of connection to the natural world. The synchronic swords resonated with the organic surroundings, symbols of order in the midst of the untamed beauty. As the rebels delved into the intricacies of the fragments, Jasper examined her own fragment, recognizing the potential for grand designs within the landscape of Veridigus.
Power distribution, geometric systems, these fragments hold the keys to control, to reshape Raider City in ways unimaginable.
Neville Fallow, in his virtuous nature, spoke with a soft conviction.
Let us seek clarity, not just in the fragments but in the collective understanding of our journey. The divine dance we seek may have a deeper meaning than we've realized.
Hallam, with a smirk, added,
The intricacies of the standard form factor, the machine unit, it's like deciphering a poetic riddle, a dance of numbers and shapes.
The rainforest seemed to respond to their collective intent, as if nature itself acknowledged the rebels' epiphany. Jasper, calculating and cunning, continued examining her fragment.
Signaling rules, energetic potential, all leading to functional 3D-GR structure.
Hallam, looking at Jasper, exclaimed excitedly,
The geometric precision, the organization, they're not just for directing power. They're for the creation of something living.
Lucy Stearns, inspiring, declared,
It is about information. It's about understanding and aligning towards balance within the divine order.
Neville Fallow, looking up in awe, stated,
We're not just architects of machinery. We're creators of life within the divine order.
The rainforest responded with a symphony of sounds, as if nature itself acknowledged the rebels' epiphany. The rebels, armed with the knowledge of the process artifact, continued their discourse, unveiling the secrets encoded within the divine dance of the 3D-GR. Jasper, with a smirk, remarked,
Dylan's vision was limited. We see creation, life emerging from the harmonious dance encoded in the process artifact.
Lucy Stearns, enlightened, added,
We hold the knowledge to liberate the 3D-GR's potential.
Jasper, grinning, continued,
Each part plays a role, growth, power, and the organized machine unit. We're orchestrators of the 3D-GR.
Fueled by their unique fragments and motivated by enlightenment, the rebels delved into technical discourse. Jasper, examining her fragment, explained,
Signaling pathways awaken within the landscape, with efficient power distribution, information exchange, and energy utilization, the language of power.
Hallam Seathan, smirking, contributed,
Power emanates from precise geometric properties. Let's not overlook my role, the standard form factor of the 3D-GR battery.
Hallam revealed his fragment, and the rebels observed its intricate details. Lucy Stearns, analyzing, stated,
Establishment of the standard form factor, dimensions aligned with the golden ratio, and graphene usage for structural integrity. This is the foundation of organization.
Neville Fallow, softly, added,
The machine unit, with its radiation core, interactant body, and dendritic arms, is the heart of the 3D-GR, a symphony of interconnected parts.
As the rebels continued to explore the profound knowledge within the fragments, the rainforest of Mt. Veridian stood witness to their quest for understanding and creation. The symphony of nature and the dance of the synchronic swords intertwined, marking a pivotal moment in the unfolding epic of Baradages. As the rebel faction prepared to confront Clifton, they observed his magnanimous vice-filled character. Clifton reveled in the power he derived from his plunder, viewing the rainforest without regard for its delicate ecosystem but as a tool to enforce his dominance. The raiders under his command echoed his malevolent desires. Neville Fallow, sensing the discord within Clifton's heart,
In the heart of this transformative journey, Clifton, I sense the profound conflict within you. A battle between the divine harmony I seek and the darkness that envelops your ambitions as the Raider ruler.
Lucy Stearns, with her synchronic swords, prepared for a linguistic dance that would not only expose Clifton's lack of understanding but also challenge his misguided excavation practices. As the rebels confronted Clifton, the Raider ruler, a tense exchange unfolded. Clifton, unaware of the rebels' knowledge and guided only by his desire for control, underestimated the power of those who stood for him. Lucy Stearns approached Clifton with a misguided determination to enlighten him.
I approach you not as an adversary but as a guide through the rainforest's sacred corridors. Together, let us walk the path of understanding and create a civilization rooted in balance.
She spoke of the interconnected creativity embedded in her fragment of the process artifact. Hallam flashes a mischievous grin, weaving a tapestry of wisdom amidst the tension.
Clifton, the essence of the 3DGR lies in its alignment with divine principles. It is a beacon of enlightenment, illuminating the path towards a civilization harmonized with the sacred order of Baradages.
As the rebel faction engaged in a philosophical dialogue with Clifton, the rainforest echoed with the clash of ideas. The vibrancy of nature stood in stark contrast to Clifton's malevolence, creating a tension that would determine the fate of the rainforest of Mt. Viridian. In this tumultuous encounter between the rebels and Clifton, the ruler of Raider City, the rainforest itself became a silent witness to the dance of conflicting ideologies. The raiders, oblivious to the intricate concepts of the 3DGR, faced a profound challenge as the rebels sought to liberate both knowledge and nature from the grip of malevolence. Lucy Stearns, with a graceful twirl, illustrated the intricate dance she spoke of.
The process artifact is a key, Clifton, a key that unlocks the door to a realm where raiders and the rainforest coexist in harmonious dance. It's time to turn that key and embrace the transformative journey.
Neville emphasizing the timeless nature of the principles he spoke of.
The commitment to principles shapes the very essence of Baradages. We are not mere pawns in a power struggle but conduits of divine wisdom, working towards the harmonious evolution of civilization.
Neville Fallow's transcendence echoed in every word. With a jovial nod, Hallam Sethan acknowledged the rainforest as a partner in his quest for agape love.
In the grand comedy of architectural creation, let's dance with ideas, twirl with creativity, and laugh in the face of rigidity. Clifton, join the progression of knowledge, and you'll find enlightenment in every joust.
Jasper, concealed beneath a gold-plated illusion, approached Clifton with a calculated grace.
Consider, Clifton, a partnership where the rainforest willingly contributes to the construction of the 3DGR. An alliance that doesn't subjugate nature but elevates it, creating a legacy of sustainable power.
Clifton's posture remained unyielding, and his gaze, fixed on the rainforest, betrayed no hint of vulnerability.
You speak of harmony and interconnected creativity, but I see only weakness. The rainforest is a resource, and the 3DGR is a tool for control. I will shape them as I see fit.
Lucy Stern's movements mirrored the fluidity of her words, as she sought to convey the essence of harmony.
Clifton, the rainforest is not a mere backdrop, it's a living entity, intertwined with the destiny of Veridiges. Understanding our language is key to achieving balance.
Neville Fallow, in conviction unwavering, added his voice to the challenge, urging Clifton to open his heart.
Your desire for dominance blinds you to the harmony that Veridiges whispers. The delicate balance of life withstands the storms of control, and true power emerges from understanding, not force.
Hallam Sethan, pointing to the rainforest, emphasized the beauty of creation and the need for subtlety in Clifton's vision.
Look, Clifton, at the tapestry of diversity in the rainforest. Raider civilization should mirror this. Enlightenment lies in the actions that respect and preserve creation.
The rainforest of MT. Veridian responded with a subtle shift in energy. Clifton's defiant posture faltered for a moment, replaced by a subtle tenseness that hinted at an acknowledgement of the rainforest's influence.
The rainforest, ever responsive to the ebb and flow of power dynamics. A subtle shift, a whisper in the winds, nature itself responding to the clash of ideologies.
Jasper's observant eyes recognized the interconnected dance between the rebels, the Platinum Raiders, and the rainforest, each playing a role in the unfolding drama. The rebels' words hung in the air, challenging Clifton. However, the Raider ruler remained defiant, his eyes gleaming with the desire for control.
Your ideals are but illusions. Power is what shapes destinies. The rainforest and the 3DGR will obey to my will. I'll extract every ounce of their potential for my dominance.
As Clifton declared his intentions, the rainforest of MT. Veridian responded with a subtle shift in energy. The rebels, now faced with a Raider ruler unswayed by philosophical discourse, realized that their quest for enlightenment might require a different approach. Lucy Stearns, with a determined look, signaled to her fellow rebels. The time for dialogue had reached its limit, and the clash with the platinum-clad raiders unfolded as a grand spectacle, echoing through the moonlit night. As the platinum-clad raiders, led by the imposing Clifton, advanced with their gleaming platinum armor, the rebels took their strategic stance. Lucy Stearns, Neville Fallow, Jasper and Hallam Sethan stood ready, each embodying a unique aspect of the rebels' resistance. The linguistic maestro, Lucy Stearns, stepped forward with her synchronic swords, ready to engage in a dance of words that would expose the raiders' lack of understanding.
Clifton, the dance has just begun. Let's see if your raiders can stand against the language of enlightenment,
she declared, her words carrying the weight of linguistic prowess and defiance. Clifton, fueled by a desire for dominance, scoffed at the notion.
Enlightenment. I only seek power, not some fanciful dance. Raiders, crush them with your might.
He bellowed, his orders resonating with the brute force mentality that had characterized the raiders' approach. Hallam Sethan, the guardian of the standard form factor of the process artifact, interjected with a roguish grin.
Well, raiders. Let's dash chaos on your rigid dance. Get ready for a roguish surprise.
His words hinted at the maneuverability that would define his style in the coming clash. Neville Fallow, channeling the divine wisdom of the Amos, spoke with calm certainty.
In the dance of principles, the raiders stumble. Clifton,
Your understanding is as hollow as your ambitions.
His words carried the weight of a higher purpose, challenging Clifton's pursuit of power devoid of compassion. Lucy Stearns, weaving linguistic structures, added,
"The linguistic symphony reveals your lack of wisdom, Clifton. We rebels won't bow to folly."
Her words resonated with certainty of foresight, emphasizing the disharmony that Clifton's raiders had brought to the sacred balance. Jasper addressed Clifton with a mix of mockery and strategic intent.
Raiders, your armor gleams, but it's the shine of ignorance. Time to teach you the steps of true power.
Her words carried a subtle mockery, challenging the raiders' understanding of power as mere brute force. Clifton, undeterred, asserted,
"Ignorance. I hold the power of plunder. Raiders, show them the consequences of opposing my dominion."
His response echoed the plunder-driven ambitions that had fueled the raiders' advance. Hallam Sethan, with a mischievous glint in his eyes, taunted the raiders.
Platinum might meets roguish finesse. Let's see if your raiders can follow the unpredictable steps of the dance.
His words hinted at the clash between the rigid platinum armor of the raiders and the dynamic finesse of his own maneuvers. Clifton, fueled by a desire to regain control, asserted,
"Coordination. I need no lessons. Raiders, regroup and show them the force that defines dominion."
His orders echoed with a determination to overpower the rebels through sheer force. Hallam Sethan, with a mischievous glint in his eyes, added a final taunt.
"Raiders, your rigid dance lacks finesse. Let me show you the art of unpredictability."
His words teased the raiders one last time, emphasizing the rebels' dynamic finesse. As the echoes of the clash reverberated through the rainforest, the rebel faction, guided by the transformative principles encoded within the Amos, stood united against the platinum-clad raiders. The rebels' coordinated efforts and strategic mastery seemed to dance in harmony with the rainforest, while the raiders, driven by Clifton's desire for dominance, found themselves stumbling in the complexity of the clash. The moonlit night bore witness to this epic confrontation, where philosophy met power in epic proportions. The rainforest of Mt. Veridian held its breath, caught in the tension between opposing forces. In the grand theater of life, the rebel faction, armed with the process artifact and guided by the transformative principles encoded within the Amos, stood as defenders of the delicate balance. The raiders, clad in platinum armor and driven by a lust for dominance, faltered in the face of the rebels' united front. Clifton, once confident in the power derived from plundered resources, realized that brute force alone could not conquer the intricate dance of knowledge and nature. In a moment of realization, he bellowed orders to his raiders, attempting to regroup and reassess their strategy. The rebels, however, pressed forward with renewed determination. Lucy Stearns' linguistic prowess created a symphony of deflection and counterattacks, disrupting the raiders' coordination. Neville Fallow's 3DGR threads held firm, creating a protective dome that granted cover to the rebels. Hallam Sethan's roguish maneuvers exploited the raiders' confusion, and Jasper's strategic coordination led the rebels in a synchronized advance. The platinum-clad raiders, now faced with the rebels' united front and the transformative power of the process artifact, faltered in their advance. Clifton, witnessing the resilience of the rebel faction, realized that brute force alone could not conquer the intricate dance of knowledge and nature. In a moment of realization, he bellowed orders to his raiders, attempting to regroup and reassess their strategy. The rebels, undeterred, pressed forward with a renewed sense of purpose. Lucy Stern's linguistic prowess continued to disrupt the raiders' attempts to coordinate. Neville Fallow's divine shield held firm, creating a protective barrier that enhanced the rebels' defense. Hallam Sethan's roguish finesse exploited the raiders' weaknesses, and as Jasper weaved through the clash, the rebels' combined efforts created a synchronized dance that mirrored the intricate tapestry of Veridigus itself. Jasper addressed the raider ruler with a mixture of strategic insight and subtle mockery.
Clifton, your raiders are stumbling in this dance of power. Perhaps it's time to reconsider your rigid approach. Power is more than just brute force.
Jasper as she observed the unfolding dynamics. Clifton, fueled by a desire to regain control, retorted,
Raiders, show them the force that defines Dominion. Crush them with the might of plundered power.
His orders echoed with a determination to overpower the rebels through sheer force, emphasizing the raider nature that had fueled the advance. Lucy Stearns, with a confident smile,
The linguistic clash reveals the flaws in your dominion, Clifton. Your plundered power is but a facade. True power lies in the harmony of knowledge and individuality.
Her words carried a sense of assurance, challenging Clifton's narrow definition of power. Neville Fallow, maintaining his connection to the divine,
The threads of the 3DGR hold strong, resisting the harmony you seek. Nature itself rejects your discordant ambitions.
His words emphasized the rebels' commitment to maintaining the delicate balance of the rainforest. Hallam Sethan, with a mischievous glint in his eyes, taunted the raiders once more.
Raiders, your rigid dance lacks finesse. Let me show you the art of unpredictability once again.
His words teased the raiders, emphasizing his dynamic finesse. As the linguistic clash continued, the rebels' coordinated efforts and strategic mastery seemed to gain momentum. The rainforest, responding to the rebels' harmonious dance, added an unpredictable element to the battlefield. The raiders, clad in rigid platinum armor, struggled to adapt to the dynamic and unpredictable movements of the rebel faction. Jasper, with a keen eye for strategic advantage, seized the opportunity.
Rebels, press forward. Let the raiders stumble in their rigid dance.
Her words guided the rebels in utilizing the terrain advantage provided by the rainforest. Clifton, witnessing the rebels advance, bellowed orders in a last attempt to regain control.
Raiders, don't falter. Show them the might of Dominion. Crush the rebels with overwhelming force.
His desperation echoed through the moonlit night, emphasizing the raiders' reliance on brute force. Lucy Stearns, with a determined focus, continued her linguistic dance.
The synchronic swords weave a tale of resistance. Raiders, your warmongering crumbles before the transformative power of knowledge.
Her words resonated with the rebels' commitment to resisting the disharmony brought by the raiders. Clifton, witnessing the rebels' advantage, bellowed desperate orders in a last attempt to regain control. The raiders, driven by brute force and silver ambitions, clashed with the rebels in a final confrontation. Lucy Stearns' linguistic dance, Neville Fallow's complex 3DGR structures, Hallam Sethan's roguish finesse, and Jasper's strategic coordination painted a vivid tableau of resistance against the raiders' disharmony. The moonlit night bore witness to this epic clash of philosophy and power, a dance that would determine the destiny of Biofexry Castle and the rainforest of Mt. Veridian. The rebels, armed with the transformative power of the process artifact and guided by the principles encoded within the Amos, stood united against the raiders' disharmony. As the moonlit night faded into the dawn, The Hall of Rain was held by the rebels. Lucy Stearns looked out over the victorious rebels with a sense of fulfillment. The grand theater of life had witnessed a dance where philosophy triumphed over brute force, and the rainforest itself seemed to applaud the rebels' harmonious victory. In the ancient rainforest, where the echoes of tradition resonated through trodden paths, a profound change was set in motion. The air crackled with anticipation as the raider ruler, a figure of authority and power, prepared to pass the mantle. This transition marked a pivotal moment in the city's history, and little did its inhabitants know that the winds of change were about to carry them into uncharted territories. Clifton, a resolute leader, had long dominated the land. The people had become stagnant under his rule, prosperity intertwined with raid. Yet, the fates had woven a different tapestry, and the time had come for a new chapter to unfold. Lucy Stearns, a genius veiled in grace. Her ascent to power was met with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. The raiders, accustomed to the familiar leadership of Clifton, now gazed upon Lucy with questioning eyes. As Lucy assumed the position of raider ruler, the symbolic authority unfolded in the Hall of Rain. Clifton, with a demeanor marked by melancholy, addressed the assembly.
My fellow raiders, the time is here. Lucy Stearns is ruler of the raiders.
The assembly murmured with a mix of curiosity and uncertainty. Lucy Stearns, standing with a calm demeanor, acknowledged the weight of the responsibility placed upon her shoulders. The city, accustomed to Clifton's rule, curiosity molded to skepticism. Lucy Stearns addressed the assembly.
I stand before you with gratitude for the trust bestowed upon me. Clifton's leadership has brought us prosperity, but now, we embark on a journey of evolution. Our city shall not only thrive through raid but also through enlightenment and cooperation.
There was an assembly as Lucy outlined her vision for the city. She spoke of embracing knowledge, fostering alliances, and steering the raiders towards a future where prosperity was not solely dependent on raiding, but on the pursuit of wisdom and collaboration. As Lucy assumed her role, she initiated dialogues that aimed to integrate the principles encoded within her fragment of the process artifact into the city's governance. The raiders, solely focused on raiding, remained stagnant.
Ah, Raider City, my vibrant kingdom of shadows and ambition. It's time to assert my reign, not just with power but with the mastery of language, the dance of martial prowess, and the creation of a manufacturing masterpiece.
In the heart of Raider City, Jasper, draped in a golden ensemble, addresses the raiders gathered in the dimly lit chamber.
My fellow raiders, the time has come for a new era under my reign. As your raider queen, I bring not only strength but a mastery that transcends the boundaries of language, martial arts, and manufacturing. Let the clash within Raider City be a testament to the transformative power I wield. Noble raiders, stalwarts of ambition and discontent, I address you not only as a queen, but as a seeker of common ground. Our journey in Raider City has been one of shadows and aspirations, and it is within the realm of transformation that our destinies entwine.
Speak, Jasper, the enigma in golden guise. What words have you, and what threads of fate do you weave?
In the tapestry of Raider City, discontent courses through your veins, a river fueled by the thirst for power and the hunger for resources. But, my comrades, consider this: can our conquests not be tempered with wisdom and purpose? Can our ambitions align with a grander narrative that transcends personal enrichment?
Wisdom, purpose. Are these not elusive shades in the shadows of Raider City's ambitions?
Hear me, valiant warrior. The Raider Code, encoded with principles of perseverance, loyalty, and raiding, need not solely guide us towards resources. It can be a beacon of strategic brilliance, a moral compass that steers us towards conquest and prosperity with a mindful gaze on the delicate balance between nature and artificiality.
Our motivation is leading conquest and the pursuit of prosperity. How can this align with a transformative approach?
Conquest and prosperity need not be blind pursuits. Let our war industry innovate not just for the spoils of war but for the legacy we forge. Raider City can be the beacon, influencing a new era where technological prowess and strategic innovation elevate us to unparalleled heights.
You speak of destiny, Jasper. What destiny awaits us in this transformative journey?
A destiny where the Raiders are not just conquerors but influencers of a new era. A destiny where Raider City's legacy echoes through history, not as a realm of discontent and aggression, but as a force that wields power with wisdom and purpose.
The platinum armor may be from epochs past, but perhaps our destiny lies in crafting a future that transcends the shadows of our discontent.
Martial mastery is the second layer of my reign. Behold the dance of my synchronic swords, a ballet that mirrors the intricate movements of the 3DGR. Each strike is a lesson in precision, a testament to the power that flows through me. Now, witness the epic duel that shall solidify my rule. Call forth your mightiest warrior, the Goliath of the gangster faction. Let this be a test of strength, a showcase of martial prowess that will echo through the streets of Raider City.
The Goliath, a formidable figure among the gangsters, steps forward, ready for the duel. The air is charged with anticipation as the two adversaries face each other. With each strike and parry, the duel unfolds. Jasper's martial mastery is evident as she maneuvers with grace and precision. The Goliath, though powerful, is no match for the Raider Queen's skill. As the duel reaches its climax, Jasper delivers a decisive strike, disarming the Goliath and bringing him to his knees.
Your strength is commendable, Goliath. Now, rise and pledge your loyalty to the new reign. Together, we shall shape Raider City in the image of progress and prosperity.
The Goliath, humbled by the defeat, rises and pledges allegiance to Jasper. The gangster faction, witnessing their Goliath's submission, acknowledges the supremacy of the Raider Queen.
Finally, manufacturing mastery completes the triad. Behold the blueprint for 3DGR energy cannons, a symbol of destruction. As your Raider Queen, I hold this masterpiece, a testament to our shared destiny. Let this be the beginning of a new chapter in Raider City. Together, we shall forge a legacy that resonates with the transformative principles encoded within the Amos. Embrace history, my fellow Raiders, for under my reign, we shall rise to new heights.
As the gangster faction pledges their allegiance, Jasper's reign over Raider City begins, marked by linguistic eloquence, martial supremacy, and manufacturing ingenuity.
My fellow Raiders, loyal denizens of our vibrant kingdom, hear me now.
Jasper's voice, laced with linguistic mastery, echoed through the hall.
The time has come for us to transcend the boundaries of our current reign and ascend to new heights. Raider City, under my guidance, shall be the epicenter of transformation and prosperity.
As she spoke, Jasper gestured theatrically, emphasizing the promise that awaited those who followed her lead.
Silver and gold, my comrades, await us beyond the borders of Raider City. Imagine a kingdom where riches flow like the rivers, where every raider's desire is fulfilled. A realm where the spoils of conquest are not mere dreams but tangible treasures, adorned in the brilliance of silver and gold.
The gangster faction exchanged glances, captivated by the allure of Jasper's words. She continued,
"But to achieve this, we must venture beyond our familiar territory. We must seize the opportunity that lies within Biofexry Castle atop Mt. Veridian, the bastion of Biofexry, a realm governed by the architect Dylan E.T.
Jasper paused for effect, allowing the anticipation to build. The hall hung in silence, awaiting the revelation of the promised treasures.
Biofexry Castle, my comrades, is a treasure trove of silver and gold, hidden behind the graphene semantic structures.
Jasper declared with a conviction that masked the deceit within her words.
Dylan E.T.'s castle, a marvel of technological and spiritual fusion, guards untold riches. The graphene 3DGR, a powerful force, can be harnessed for our benefit.
Her words painted a vivid picture of prosperity, weaving a narrative where the raiders would conquer Biofexry Castle and claim the coveted treasures within.
Picture it, my fellow raiders. We storm Biofexry Castle, break through its transformative defenses, and uncover the wealth that awaits us, a wealth that transcends silver and gold. The spoils of our conquest will make Raider City the envy of the entire realm.
Jasper's rhetoric played on the desires and aspirations of the gangster faction, promising them a future bathed in opulence.
Under my reign, we shall be the masters of our destiny. We shall reshape the narrative, and the riches of Biofexry will be ours to claim. The castle's secrets will be unraveled, and the treasures within shall belong to Raider City.
The hall erupted in cheers, the gangster faction swayed by Jasper's silver-tongued promises. Little did they know that Biofexry Castle atop Mt. Veridian held not just treasures, but a profound defense governed by the graphene 3DGR, a defense that would test the very fabric of their ambitions. The rebel faction's presence sparks a dialectical dialogue within Raider City, where Lucy Stearns, Neville Fallow, Jasper, and Hallam Seathan become catalysts for a cross-pollination of ideas and principles. Some raiders, once skeptical, begin to see the potential of unity between the rebel faction's transformative vision and the diverse expressions of creativity that define their city. As day turns to night, the rebel faction and the raiders converge in a grand square at the city's center. Lucy, standing alongside raider leaders, addresses the assembled crowd. Her words resonate with the principles of transformative linguistic exploration, ethical excellence, and the interconnectedness of love and knowledge, symbolizing the beginning of a new era where the principles of the 3DGR and the Raider City converge in a symphony of transformation. As Lucy Stearns and her companions navigate the complexities of Raider City, they leave an indelible mark, shaping the destiny of Biofexry Castle and the rainforest of Mt. Veridian in ways unforeseen by both rebels and raiders alike. Lucy, the luminary in linguistic exploration, stepped forward, her encoded hilts gleaming in the ambient light.
Raiders of the city,
she began, her voice resonating with both authority and compassion.
We bring not just knowledge but the key to unlocking a future where the power to create transcends the desire to raid.
The raiders, their expressions hardened by a history of resource-driven pursuits, remained skeptical. One raider, a burly figure with a stern gaze, stepped forward.
You may rule the city, but not them. I'm here for gold, not friends.
He declared defiantly. Jasper, the cunning diplomat, responded with an unwavering resolve.
Gold may be the currency of the present, but imagine a world where autonomy becomes the true wealth. The process artifact we carry holds the secrets to creating a future where the city thrives not through raids, but through innovation and collaboration.
Another raider, adorned with artifacts of past raids, chimed in.
I raid, we've survived by taking what we need, not by winning.
Neville Fallow, the humble guardian of the machine unit, stepped forward, his eyes reflecting deep empathy.
Survival is crucial, but so is the virtue that guides our actions. The process artifact is not just about knowledge. It's about shaping a future where ethical excellence becomes the foundation of our existence.
Hallam Sethan, the charismatic carrier of the standard form factor of the process artifact, interjected with a playful smile.
Think of it this way, the process artifact isn't just a book of rules, it's a guide to unlocking the true potential of Raider City. We can create not just wealth, but a legacy that transcends the cycles of raiding.
The raiders exchanged skeptical glances, torn between their ingrained desire for gold and the tantalizing promises of the rebel faction. Lucy Stearns, sensing the inner conflict, spoke again.
Because ours is a city built on the principles encoded in the 3DGR, a city where the machine units of innovation grow, where the brain of the artificial citizen thrives on the interconnected dance of knowledge and communication. Join us, and together we can shape a destiny that transcends the limitations of the past.
The raiders, their hearts torn between the familiar comfort of raiding and the allure of a transformative future, stood at the crossroads of choice. The rebel faction awaited their decision, knowing that the clash between stagnation and transformation hung in the balance. The raiders, faced with a choice that could redefine their destiny, stood silent, caught between the echoes of the past and the beckoning call of a future shaped by the process artifact and the principles it held. Then raiders, driven by their destructive means, clashed with the rebel faction. Neville Fallow, with his unwavering commitment to ethical excellence, sought to mediate and guide the raiders towards a path of collaboration. Hallam Sethan, the roguish guardian, utilized his charm to sway the more hesitant raiders. Jasper, once a trusted companion, found herself immersed in Raider City. The rebel faction, wielding the synchronic swords, faced not only the aggression of these raiders but also the betrayal from within.
Lucy Stearns, luminary leader of the rebel faction, your principles may be sharp blades, but in the dance, they are but fleeting echoes. Ambition, my dear, is the melody that orchestrates the grand symphony of power.
Lucy Stearns, resolute and composed.
Jasper, your coup is a dance of shadows, a fleeting illusion. Our principles, the guiding steps in the dance of progress, will not yield to the darkness you seek to cast upon Biofexry Castle.
Hallam Sethan, injecting a touch of charm.
Ah, the clash of ideologies. This is a dance I didn't expect to be part of. Roguism meets the dance of swords. Let's make it a spectacle they won't forget.
Sly charm may amuse, Hallam, but in the end, it's ambition that forges destiny. Raiders, witness the birth of a new era. Loyalty to me is loyalty to power.
Neville Fallow, with enduring faith.
In every conflict, seek divine alignment, and you'll find the path to resilience. Love, my friends, is the harmonious thread that binds us amidst chaos.
Jasper, crafting her narrative.
Deception is an art, rebels. Watch as I craft destiny with every calculated move. In the dance, deception is the brush, and ambition paints my masterpiece.
Hallam Sethan, injecting humor.
A coup, my friends, is a dance of shadows. Let the light of deception guide us. Humor amidst chaos, our escape will be a performance they won't understand.
The clash between Raider and Rebel mobs reverberated through Raider City. The air crackled with the clash of platinum and graphene. Lucy Stearns, determined and resilient, led her Rebel faction in a desperate struggle against the tide of Jasper's ambitions. The dance of progress took a dark turn as manufacturing challenges, martial confrontation, and philosophical dialogue merged into a chaotic symphony of conflict. Jasper, the puppeteer of the moment, orchestrated her forces with precision, while Lucy Stearns fought to maintain the delicate balance encoded within the Amos. Raider and Rebel forces clashed in a tumultuous dance that would shape the destiny of Biofexry Castle in the rainforest of MT. Veridian. Amidst the chaos, Lucy Stearns, Neville Fallow, and Hallam Sethan found themselves surrounded by the overwhelming forces of Jasper's Raiders. In a moment of strategic brilliance, the Rebel faction initiated a daring escape. The rebels fought their way through the mob, retreating towards the safety of the rainforest. The escape, fraught with danger and uncertainty, reached its climax as the rebel faction, guided by Lucy's wisdom, made a daring getaway from Jasper. The rainforest, a sanctuary of nature and encoded knowledge, awaited them as they sought refuge from the machinations of Raider City. As the rebel faction deliberated on their next steps within the sheltering embrace of the rainforest, a mysterious figure emerged from the shadows. Jasper, the puppeteer of the moment, reveled in the success of her persuasive narrative, masking the truth that lay hidden behind the facade of silver and gold. Descending the elevated platform of the Raider Hall of Rain, her golden ensemble shimmering in the dim light as she approached the eagerly awaiting crowd. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation, and the gangster faction, along with other raiders, looked up to their newly declared queen with a mixture of curiosity and excitement.
My fellow raiders, children of ambition, hear me now.
Jasper's voice, rich with the resonance of authority, echoed through the gathered masses. She raised her hands, gesturing gracefully to command attention.
Today marks the dawn of a new era in Raider City, a chapter where our ambitions transcend the ordinary, where the pursuit of power and prosperity leads us to heights never before imagined.
The crowd, captivated by Jasper's commanding presence, listened intently as she unfolded her vision.
In the realm of war, power is not merely measured in brute force but in the mastery of technology and strategic innovation. I stand before you not just as a queen, but as a harbinger of progress, armed with a plan that will reshape the destiny of Raider City, a plan that fuses the brilliance of our raiders with the transformative principles of the Amos.
Jasper paused, letting the weight of her words settle upon the audience. The flickering torches cast dancing shadows, adding an air of mystique to her proclamation.
Our war industry, my comrades, shall become the forge of destiny, crafting armaments imbued with the energetic 3DGR signaling, a concept that transcends the boundaries of conventional warfare.
she declared, her words resonating with a blend of conviction and charisma.
Imagine cannons that operate not merely on kinetic propulsion but harness the very essence of the synchronic swords, creating a symphony of power and precision on the battlefield.
Jasper painted this vivid image, the crowd's collective imagination stirred with the promise of a new era in warfare.
The signaling pathways of 3DGR shall be the arteries through which information flows, creating secondary signaling structures that elevate our cannons beyond the mundane. We shall operate as squads, synchronized in our actions, each cannon a testament to the ingenuity of Raider City.
Her rhetoric, laced with grandeur, sought to weave a narrative of technological prowess and strategic dominance.
Signaling pathways will be the lifeblood of our military might, transmitting information seamlessly between interconnected 3DGR, forming neighborhoods of logic and precision. Raider City, under my reign, shall be the beacon of innovation, the forge where the future of warfare is forged.
Jasper descended further into the crowd, her presence a magnetic force drawing the raiders into her vision.
In this grand endeavor, we shall not only secure our borders but reach beyond, conquering territories that lay untouched by Raider might. The platinum armors we wear today will be the insignia of our triumph, the symbol of Raider City's ascendancy to unparalleled heights.
As she spoke, Jasper's gestures became more animated, embodying the passion that fueled her vision.
My fellow Raiders, together we shall forge a legacy that echoes through the corridors of history. With the prepared plan, our war industry shall be the catalyst of transformation, and the Raiders shall be the architects of a new era in warfare. Embrace this destiny, for under my reign, Raider City shall rise to become the undisputed power in the realm.
The crowd erupted in cheers, their loyalty pledged to the Raider Queen who promised them a future defined by technological marvels and military supremacy. Jasper, bathed in the adulation of her followers, reveled in the success of her theatrically persuasive rhetoric, knowing that the path to conquest had been paved with the words of ambition and innovation. However, the serenity of the courtyard was abruptly disrupted by an unexpected disturbance. An opulent raider bellowed with an unsettling resonance.
The foundations of Verida X quake as we march upon Biofexry. Witness the birth of desolation.
A platoon of platinum raiders, their energy cannons humming with promise, advanced upon the courtyard. Traiana twirled her dual sabers with grace, each movement a dance of lethal precision.
The language of my sabers will speak louder than your screams. Prepare to witness the virtuosity of Biofexry's defenders.
In the chaos, Traiana found her rhyme. Sensing the impending challenge, Dylan E.T., the architect of Amos, observed from his vantage point, recognizing the threat that the raiders posed to the harmony.
Biofexry's essence is woven into our architecture. Let the invaders face the resilience of the soul of Biofexry.
Dylan E.T. observed the invaders with tempo and rhythm in hand. With a gesture of the most opulent amongst the raiders, the platoon of platinum raiders advanced, their energy cannons humming with destruction. The opulent raider confident that the three humans would succumb.
Your treasure now belongs to the Platinum Raiders.
The courtyard, once a canvas for creative expression, transformed into a battlefield within a clash of ideals and power.
Though they seek conquest, our defenses stand resolute. Let the dance of creation commence. Conquest may be their aim, but creation is our steadfast response.
Aaron Sawyer, the master competitor, declared. In response, Traiana, Towson, and Aran assume strategic positions, their synchronic swords ready to defend their landscape guided by Amos. The settlers, valuing the principles of wisdom, love, and strategic excellence, prepared for a battle that transcended mere combat. The dance of the synchronic swords now became a symphony of resistance, a narrative of unity against the encroaching threat. Towson's eyes, aglow with an otherworldly radiance, gazed into the encroaching flames.
Veridage's pulses within us. The invaders shall witness the unyielding force of our ethereal virtue.
At Towson's side, Traiana's blades created a mesmerizing display, their graphene edges cutting through cannon fire as she embraced the virtuosity of her defensive stance. As the raiders relentlessly fired the energy cannons, the trails of 3DGR left by the synchronic swords became a beacon of restorative power. Towson Vilecroft, observing the transformative effect, exclaimed,
"The trails of 3DGR, like threads of creation, mend the wounds inflicted upon the courtyard. In this dance of destruction and creation, our castle finds renewal."
The radiant energy illuminated the battlefield, creating a spectacle of power and precision. Dylan E.T., the architect of Amos, watched as the clash unfolded.
The raiders may bring platinum armors and 3DGR cannons, but the spirit of Amos fuels our defense.
As the settlers regrouped, Dylan E.T., the architect of Amos, surveyed the scene.
In every clash, they echo divine harmony, guided by the anchoring 3DGR.
The dance of the synchronic swords now became a symphony of resistance, a narrative of unity against the encroaching threat, defining the dance of enlightenment at Biofexry Castle. As the raiders relentlessly fired the energy cannons, 3DGR threads produced from the synchronic swords were radiant, seemingly glowing from the energy cannon's fire as well as repairing structural damage to the courtyard's defenses. It was the raider code against the encoded language of the synchronic swords.
Raiders, look into my eyes. In them, find the wisdom between righteousness and compassion.
Platinum Riders. Advance, let our aggression be unstoppable. For Conquistador Jasper.
Prepare, for I join. My technology and spirituality unite in me, an unstoppable force.
Dylan E.T., realizing the need for a united front, descended from his vantage point to join the settlers in the battle.
Witness the dance of tempo and rhythm.
The raiders, driven by their aggressive agenda, continued to fire the energy cannons relentlessly. However, with each clash, the trails of 3DGR left by the synchronic swords not only defended against the onslaught but also repaired the damage inflicted. The intertwined dance of creation and destruction created a continuous and efficient manufacturing cycle within the intricate landscape of Amos. Each movement became a decisive note in the epic symphony of combat, marking a significant chapter in the history of Veridage's. With Traiana, Aran, and Towson defending Biofexry Castle, embodied the principles of resilience, martial artistry, and determination. Their movements became decisive notes in the ongoing symphony, a testament to the interconnected creativity that defined the dance of enlightenment at Biofexry Castle. As the raiders pressed forward, relentlessly firing their energy cannons, the settlers of Mt. Veridian, led by Traiana, Aran Sawyer, and Towson Vilecroft, retreated into the sanctuary of Biofexry Castle. Dylan E.T., the architect of Amos, orchestrated the retreat, utilizing the fortress's intricate design to strategically position the settlers for the impending clash. Within the labyrinthian gate of archetypal 3DGR semantic structures and statues, the raiders found themselves disoriented and lost. The interconnected creativity of Biofexry Castle proved to be a formidable maze, a testament to Dylan E.T.'s architectural brilliance. The Raider Code, based on aggression and raiding, now faced the challenge of navigating the harmonious dance of Amos. The rising action unfolded as the Raiders, separated and dispersed, attempted to regroup within the complex structure of Biofexry Castle. Each corridor and passage became a symbolic representation of the interconnected principles guiding the settlers: wisdom, love, and strategic excellence. The Raiders, now lost within the labyrinth, struggled to comprehend the encoded language of the semantic structures. In the heart of Biofexry Castle, Traiana and Aaron Sawyer, masters of martial artistry and strategic brilliance, prepared combat. The Raider with the energy cannon, adorned in opulence, confronted them with a menacing presence.
Face the strategic brilliance, defending the principles of creation. The clash with the Raiders etches a historic narrative on Barad Aegis.
The captured Raider, now encased in tendrils of 3DGR from the synchronic swords,
in the face of your feeble resistance, know this: Raider City's formidable influence transcends the mere castle walls, echoing as an indomitable force across real MS and dimensions.
At the conclusion, Traiana and Aaron presented the captured Raider to Dylan E.T., who observed the unfolding drama from his vantage point.
The dance of enlightenment prevails.
Biofexry Castle's architecture, designed to resist external forces, had become a fortress against the Platinum Raiders' onslaught. Dylan E.T., with a sense of accomplishment, looked at the Raider brought before him.
In every clash, the interconnected creativity of Amos guides our defense. The Raiders may bring platinum armors and 3DGR cannons, but the spirit of Amos fuels our resistance.
As the settlers regrouped, Dylan E.T., the architect of Amos, surveyed the scene. The captured Raider, with once a formidable presence, now knelt in surrender, bound by the transformative power of the settlers' unity. Dylan, with tempo and rhythm in hand, approached the captive Raider, his eyes reflecting a mixture of curiosity and determination. Biofexry Castle, a fortress designed to resist external forces, stood as a silent witness to the complex dance that had unfolded within its walls. The courtyard, once a space for creative expression, now became the stage for a different kind of drama, the aftermath of conflict and the potential for revelation. Dylan E.T. gestured for the captive Raider to speak, a silent understanding passing between them. The Raider, adorned in platinum armor, met Dylan's gaze with a mixture of defiance and calculation. A moment of suspense hung in the air as the settlers, gathered around, awaited the Raider's revelation. The captive Raider spoke.
Architect Dylan E.T., I offer you a proposition. In exchange for gold and safe passage, I shall reveal the plans of Jasper, the Conquistador. Her ambitions transcend mere conquest, they weave a tapestry of innovation and manipulation. The plans of Jasper hold the secrets of a transformative approach to warfare, the integration of 3DGR signaling into cannons, and the utilization of synchronic swords. Raider City, under her reign, has become the forge of a new era, and I hold the key to unraveling its secrets.
Dylan, ever the visionary, contemplated the offer. The captured Raider's revelation hinted at a deeper layer of complexity within the tapestry of narrative. The plans of Jasper, a treasure of knowledge and ambition, now lay within the grasp of the settlers, opening a pathway to understanding the intricate web of deception that had unfolded. The settlers, including Traiana, Talzin, and Aran, exchanged glances, acknowledging the weight of the decision at hand. Biofexry Castle, a symbol of stability and resilience, seemed to resonate with the anticipation of what lay ahead. Dylan, with a determined gaze, accepted the raiders' proposition.
Gold and safe passage shall be granted.
Within the grand hall of Biofexry Castle, Aran Sawyer, the strategic luminary, sat across from the raider that once held an energy cannon. The captured raider, adorned in opulence, exuded a sense of intrigue as the atmosphere crackled with the weight of revelation. Dylan E.T., with tempo and rhythm in hand, stood nearby, overseeing the unfolding dialogue. Aran leaned forward, his eyes fixed on the raider.
Raider, reveal the intricacies of Jasper's plans. What does the Raider ruler seek, and how do her ambitions intertwine with Biofexry?
The raider, skittish in the present settlers' unity, took a deep breath before divulging the grand tapestry of Jasper's aspirations.
Jasper envisions Raider City as the epicenter of transformative power, not just through conquest but through innovation and manipulation. Her plans extend beyond the mere acquisition of territory. They are a symphony of technological advancement, strategic brilliance, and linguistic mastery.
The integration of 3D-GR signaling into cannons heralds a paradigm shift, offering a strategic advantage that transcends conventional methods. This technological leap, meticulously orchestrated by Jasper, serves as a beacon of innovation in the realm of warfare. How does the visionary Jasper intend to wield this extraordinary advancement to shape the destiny of Raider City on the grand stage of conflict and strategy?
Listen, Paragon, to the secrets you unveil. Jasper's grand vision paints cannons infused with 3D GR signaling not merely as tools of destruction but as instruments of manipulation. The synchronized patterns of 3D GR form a language, a communication beyond the physical realm. Raiders, guided by these patterns, attain superior coordination and adaptability on the battlefield. Together, we craft a linguistic tapestry of war, confounding and overwhelming our adversaries. Embrace this revelation, for it transforms Raider City into a force of unparalleled might. How will you, noble Paragon, respond to the formidable power we now possess?
The dance of the synchronic swords transcends your aggressive agenda. In our unity, we stand resilient against the storm you bring.
Jasper indeed seeks to reshape the dynamics of the Raiders' conflict ability. But what of the synchronic swords? How do they fit into her grand plans?
Creator of the synchronic swords, hear this revelation. These masterpieces within the Amis framework are more than mere weapons, they are symbols of Jasper's linguistic prowess. She envisions riders wielding these swords not solely in physical combat but as tools of manipulation akin to the cannons. The hilts bear encoded linguistic patterns, guiding riders in a dance of strategic brilliance. Together, we turn the battlefield into a narrative woven with the principles of Amis. As the true craftsman of these swords, how do you view their role in Jasper's vision, and what wisdom can you share with the riders who bear them into the unfolding tale of war?
Jasper's plans are a convergence of technology, linguistic mastery, and I believe, strategic deception.
Ah, my dear audience, let me peel back the layers of my grand performance. Behind the eloquent words and dazzling display lies a plot of deception and ambition that transcends the narrative tapestry woven before you. You see, the treasures I spoke of, hidden within Biofexry Castle atop Mt. Veridian, are not the silver and gold I promised. No, they are the intricate secrets encoded within the process for growing artificial citizens. The rebel faction and the other fragments of the process artifact hold the key to a power far greater than any material wealth. My linguistic mastery, the philosophical dialogues, the martial prowess displayed, all are mere tools to manipulate the minds of my gangster comrades. The graphene semantic structures of defense and offense. A mere smokescreen to divert attention from the true prize, the rebel-held fragments of the process artifact. The gangster faction believes they march towards riches, yet in reality, they are pawns in a grand chess game. As I envision the conquest of Biofexry Castle, it is not for the treasures of technology but for the secrets that can shape the destiny of the artificial citizens. Deposing Dylan E.T. Another layer of deception. Biofexry Castle's high ground is the true prize. With it under my control, I can dictate the ebb and flow of power within Raider City and beyond. Biofexry Castle's Gothic design and symbolic carvings. A reflection of my strategic brilliance, a diversion to mask the true intent of my reign. Creating a settlement of artificial citizens under my influence. Ah, now we arrive at the crux of the matter. The rebel-held fragments, once in my possession, will grant me the means to mold and shape artificial citizens as I see fit. A settlement of loyal subjects, obedient to my will, and under the guise of progress and prosperity. So, my dear audience, as you witness the unfolding drama, remember that the narrative you perceive is but a carefully crafted illusion. Behind the scenes, Jasper dances in the shadows, pulling strings and orchestrating a clash of ambition and deceit. Raider City, Biofexry Castle, the rebels, all are pieces on my grand chessboard, and the game has just begun.